Hey, okay, I'll get started. Hey, it's Three Guys Pickin, right? Oh. Sorry.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the most electrifying cable access show in Chicago.
And also the world.
I'm your host, Tyler. With me, as always, is Brodie.
That's me.
And with us not is any one of our extras.
No extra today. We figured that we'll give you an extra break for the extras. So tell us, Tyler, why are you playing the Star Wars theme on my guitar? It's my guitar.
Well, funny you should bring that up. We have with us today the one-man Star Wars playing now at the Apollo Theater. Tickets still available. Go see it.
Do it. That's right. Hey, you're exactly right. Charlie Ross, Canadian, but he is the one-man Star Wars trilogy, and he performs all three of the original Star Wars movies in a one-hour show at the Apollo Theater here on the north side of Chicago. Lincoln, Sheffield, and Wrightwood, right across from Salt and Pepper. Awesome omelets there. The Kansas City with Texas toast. So, why don't we check out a little bit of Charlie Ross?
Check it out.
Oop.
Get behind me! Get behind me! This is some rescue you got in here. Did you have a plan for getting out? Well, he's a brain, sweetheart. What the hell are you doing? Someone has to save us, kids. In the garbage chute, flyboy. Get in there, you big woolly oaf. I don't care what you smell. Get in there. Get in there. Wonderful girl. I'm going to kill her and begin to like her. Get in there. The garbage chute. What a wonderful idea. What an incredible smell you discovered. Well, it could be worse. It's worse. There's something alive in here. Somebody just went past my leg. Look, do you see that? Kid, look! Kid, look! Blasted, will you? I had my guns jammed. Where? No! Anywhere! No! Kid, look! Oh. Kid, look! Oh. Oh. Grab him! What happened? I don't know. Just let go of me and disappeared. The walls are closing in. Don't just stand there trying to brace him with something. Wait a minute. 3PO! Come here, 3PO! 3PO! Oh, where can he be? 3PO! 3PO! Are you there, sir? 3PO! We've had some problems. Will you shut listen to me? Shut down all the garbage smashes on the detention level. Do you copy? Shut down all the garbage smashes on the detention level. No, shut them all down. Hurry. How you did it, 3PO? I listened to them all to their dying. Oh, curse my metal body, I wasn't fast enough. It's all my fault, my fault. We're all right. You did great. Ha ha. Where are we? 3263827.
Hey, Three Guys Pickin is here once again with a very special guest. Chicago's own Three Guys Pickin brings you Charlie Ross, otherwise known as
the one-man Star Wars
One
trilogy.
Man Star Wars trilogy. Charlie,
How's it
welcome.
going? Thank you.
You're about halfway through this run here in
Yeah.
Chicago. Ends up middle of February.
Yeah, February 14th.
Why don't you give us just a little couple of thoughts on how you think it's been going as far as the shows you've been doing, through December until now.
Well, I mean, it always starts off a bit slow. The reviews come out, and they've all been really good. Well, I'm really happy about that. Things just pick up. Christmas is done, people stop their shopping, and then finally the school's back in. So this is the kind of show that draws out people from the colleges and, families as well. It's kind of bizarre. Total mix of anybody that likes Star Wars, comes out and sees it. And so things have really started to pick up. And I think the only night that's sort of, for some reason, not selling very well are Saturday nights at 10:30. I don't know why that is. So if you are looking to come see the show, come see it at 10:30 on Saturday nights. Because Fridays at 10:30, they're selling like gangbusters, but for some reason Saturday.
It's probably because reruns of Saturday Night Live are showing. And
Sure enough. And there's nothing to do like in the
last
city.
night was you too, so
Right.
they had to watch that.
They had you two on last night?
Yeah, supposedly.
Okay.
Well, they were there.
Do you know, Gandalf was on there a couple, I think
Yeah.
like last year or something like
yeah.
that. It was weird because when I met him in Vancouver.
Mhm.
I do a Lord of the Rings show as well. It was totally bizarre. Like he had just finished doing his week at Saturday Night Live, and he was working on this other show, which is sort of like it's called Nevermore or something like that. It's a new film that's gonna be coming out. It's just amazing. It's really cool, and he kind of playing a Gandalf-esque type character again. So anyway, he did a little bit on there about one-man shows.
Well, it's good that like you said, you met Ian McKellen and you do the one-man Lord of the Rings as well, and you've gotten feedback from George Lucas about your show. Have you met him personally yet?
No, I've not met him personally yet, but I mean, I'm assuming that at some point I'm going to get a chance to, because I'm doing that thing, Celebration 3 in Indianapolis next year, which is it's 5 shows over 4 days for myself. I think the entire convention goes for like maybe 5 days.
And that's this April.
Yeah, this April, I think 20th until the 24th. I might be wrong, but anyway, check it out, Celebration 3 on the internet. And I mean, all the stars are coming out, or the old stars too. People you thought might be dead, but are actually in fact still alive, like Aunt Beru. She comes out. I don't know. I think Aunt Beru's gone now.
Ugh.
Anyway, it was totally cool, man. I got to go to Comic-Con down in San Diego earlier in the year, and I met like the guy who originally played Boba Fett, and then I met the little kid who's Maori, who is now playing the young Boba Fett.
Baby Boba Fett, like Muppet Babies.
Muppet Baby, exactly right. Yeah, it's like little Archie. Yeah. Anyway, it was kind of bizarre, and some people I didn't even realize who they were at the time.
Yeah.
It turns out they're like, producers and stuff like that. So I'm just a dork.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to our great interview with Charlie Ross, the one-man Star Wars
Trilogy.
trilogy.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Charlie Ross is really cool. He performs 4 shows every weekend, usually. Friday and Saturdays at 10:30, Sundays at 6, Mondays at 7 o'clock. Call the Apollo Theater, check out and make sure that he's got a show coming up and go see it. Tickets are very cheap, and if you're a college kid around here, something to do on a Friday, Saturday night before you go out and get wasted, go check it out. Dude. But yeah, Charlie was really cool to sit down and talk with us after one of his recent performances, and I'll tell you, I enjoyed it greatly. It was really fun. Put a little twist on it. It was an homage to Star Wars, but also a little bit of, I wouldn't say a parody, but it was artistic license thrown in there. Thrown in this little twist so you can make things funny.
Here's the difference, though. It's good artistic.
It was really good, yeah.
I thought the highlight of the show is when he added in his own.
Just a little asides, here and there. And the thing that I liked the most is he didn't overdo the asides, It was just a little bit here and there. He would draw some things out to draw out laughter, like the Luke, Luke, Luke. He did it like, 8 times, instead of, what it's really like in the movies, So check out a little bit more Charlie Ross, find out why he doesn't really care if sometimes he gets a little word wrong here or there. And that may not be the next segment, but it was in the interview somewhere. I don't know how this guy's gonna edit it because he sucks. Well, now speaking of dorks, I mean, obviously you're at Comic-Con and you'll be at the celebration. What are your thoughts going into that? You have all these Star Wars aficionados and people think they know everything about it. Do you think that they're going to go in looking at it as, hey, let's go check this guy out because he has some fun and let's see what it's about, and then
a boot? You almost got it.
He caught it.
Almost got it in there.
But I mean, as opposed to your crowds here in Chicago, do you feel like, like you said, there are more families and more kids? Is there going to be a difference between a room full of geeks and a room here in the Apollo?
Well, I can tell you, man, at Comic-Con, there was 3,000 people there. I mean, there's families and, the true aficionados, so the people that maybe need to get some sort of psychiatric help, large group of them. And it's like liquid. It's like sitting on the side of the ocean watching the waves come crash in, because the noise they make is humongous. And, sure enough, I had people at the end come say, you got this wrong, you got that wrong. Yeah. But the thing is, it's just a one-person thing, man. It's like, it's a one-man Star Wars trilogy. It's not you want to do one, go ahead. Spend time in your basement, go for it,
It's like Han really didn't go, yes, when Leia said I love you, but it's funny.
It's artistic license, without being insulting to the films. So, I mean, nice thing about Chicago is that you get everybody coming out to support theater, and it's weird, like the more I've toured, especially with Lord of the Rings, and with Star Wars as well, is that you get really young people coming out to see theater, which is weird. And you get truck drivers whom I know that have never gone out to see any, Chekhov or something like that, and suddenly they're sitting there in the audience and they're getting it. Yeah. So it's kind of neat to draw those people.
Is it distracting to see the big yellow cat hat?
Oh, absolutely. I know, and whenever they come, they're and at least I know they're there. So big Mac hat.
Now, when you put the show together, does it evolve at all over the weekend or over the run? I mean, do you do the same show each time, or if somebody came back and saw it, a different show every 3 weeks, would there be a different scene or any change?
No, not really. I mean, the only change is that it's the audience. I mean, if a cell phone goes off or a kid craps their pants, I get to be able to incorporate that as best as I can. People, getting up and then leaving. I mean, there's little things that change. Sometimes jokes get better or worse. We've just added lighting to the show because we're trying to up the production values. Because as you can see, my extremely expensive costume here, has really put me into dire straits financially. But anyway, having lights, and I don't have any other sound really other than music, so I'm just trying to keep it low tech as possible.
When you did sit down to write it. How did you pick and choose the scenes that you would do and the scenes that you would skip over? Or did you have a mind on how you were going to tweak each scene to make it more appealing to the audience?
Star Wars was totally, basically feeling yourself in the dark. I didn't know what to do. I didn't think it would even work. It was me and my friend TJ who directed the show. And really, we just smashed our heads together. I wrote a couple treatments of it, and you can only go so far with just writing it. You kind of have to get up and do it because it's such a bizarre concept anyway. And so it's through actively doing it that we could sort of talk about what could be cut, what could be left in, and we made it an hour, like an hour long, so that I was touring a thing called the Fringe Festival, which I don't think you guys have one here, but the average time of it is about an hour long. So I thought if it's an hour long running show, it'll be fine. So be it. Yeah, for the mouth drooling people, they only have to sit there and breathe out their mouths and drool for an hour, and then they can go home. Also, I think it's about as long as a really wasted person in a bar can stay awake while watching something. So, yeah. And Lord of the Rings has been a lot easier, just because Star Wars worked, so to speak. It was a lot more written beforehand, and when I wrote it, I knew what I wanted to cut and what I wanted to leave in. I didn't actually sit down though with the movies in either case. I just knew I knew what I could remember, right? And that would be sort of the best thing to do an impression of, rather than try to watch it.
So that's good. You kind of sat down with the memory of it that you had, and instead of going back and like you said, people come up, you got this part wrong. You didn't go over it with a fine-tooth comb.
Well, exactly, because who cares? I mean, if I get something wrong, use a shit. Right? I suppose I can't say that, but anyway.
You can say it.
I can?
That's
okay.
Fine. Please
good.
do. It makes our show better.
Swear as much as possible.
Yes, swear as much as possible.
Good. So. F and A.
Yeah. Welcome back to Three Guys Pickin' 3GP Can TV on Chicago. It's channel 19 in the city. Brodie, Tyler, no extras today. Dave the Extra is gone. He's coaching little kids somewhere. So how'd you like the show, man? Did you enjoy the one-man Star Wars trilogy there at the Apollo Theater, north side of Chicago, Charlie Ross?
Nice. I only wish I could just go again.
Well, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. 10:30 Fridays, Saturdays, 6 o'clock on Sundays, probably 7 o'clock on Mondays. I'm not sure because I won't be able to do it because I work late on Mondays, and then I'm finally getting cable, so Raw will be on, which I haven't watched in like 2 years, and then I get to watch Three Guys Pickin', 10:30, Channel 19, Monday nights, because I'm on the show and I don't even have cable. I don't even watch the show.
Not that cheap ass.
So, yeah. So, check out some more Charlie Ross. Now, you started the show in Canada, in Toronto, moved across Canada, like you said, did it out in Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that you have to change the show between Canada and the U.S.? Do you have to edit out the A's and the oots?
A lot of the oots and the A's, and I was going to come on a skidoo for the beginning of it, you know, but I had to cut that out too. So yeah, I make all these sort of Canadian Broadcasting Corporation references, and people never get those. So no, there hasn't been much I've had to cut out, but I guess I might say a boot or a, but hopefully not too much. I actually met some person down here, and I said a total sentence, and then at the end I was like, a, just a complete idiot. So yeah, I guess we can't help it. I am from Canada. Nothing has to change too much, except for some of the content. Like there's rising and falling erections, you know, and it depends on where I'm going. If I'm down in the Bible Belt, they don't want it. I mean, it's still a sort of a family show, right? At the same time, it's like
brothers and sisters. Do one of these, do one.
Yeah, exactly. No, I go, ding or swing. Yeah, I have to cut out for the Lucasfilm thing too. Yeah. There's no sexuality, so to speak, in that.
So they went over and
just a couple
told you what they want.
Just a couple little things.
Just little things.
The obvious things. I'm not upset about that.
Sure.
It happens all the time. My friend TJ, he does a show, and one show he does is completely about drugs. And they bring him into schools, and they're like, "We'll cut out all the drugs." The whole show is about drugs.
So he's like, "Hey, thanks.
Can you cut the meat out of that steak?"
Goodbye.
Yeah, a vegetarian hamburger. I guess you can get a veggie burger, but anyway, a veggie steak or something.
It's like Scarface on TV.
Absolutely, or like if they were, to show porno on television, they'd show just them coming in and out of vehicles and like coming in out of doors and stuff.
Here's the pizza.
Do you know they actually did that in New York? I'm not sure if it came here, but it was Debbie Does Dallas. They did just, I guess, the libretto. In other words, so minus all the musical sex, like they just did the story. So they've cut out all the sex. So
it was like 10 minutes.
I think it's actually quite longer. It's almost like a 40-minute show, which.
You could enter that into a short film festival and maybe win something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess if you got this high-quality actors, maybe. I thought maybe I could do that, just sort of do a one-man porno, which would probably just be masturbation. But really, if I just cut out all the sex, or let the sex in, but I had to do it in black.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Three Guys Pickin', and we are in the middle of our one-man Star Wars trilogy interview with Charlie Ross.
Charlie Ross.
What's up? That's right. Now, there is one question coming up here, which Jackass here misquote me.
Did you hurt your hand?
I broke a nail. I do an okay Yoda impression, and Jackass over here told him that I do it better than this guy.
You told me to tell him that.
No, I did not tell you to tell him that.
You're like, hey, be like, I do my Yoda better.
No, that's not what I said. He's the professional. I wanted to just show off for the professional.
Oh.
And here he's sitting there trying to bust my balls and get me in trouble before it even starts.
Get you in trouble. He enjoyed it. He liked it. He's a good guy. He's a good-natured guy. He wasn't going to get mad. I mean, in the interview, he already said, he's done shows where Star Wars nerds have come up afterwards and be like, hey, you said Tashi Station instead of Tashi Station. You got this wrong, you got that wrong. And he's like, you know something? Do your own damn one-man show. This is the way I do it, and that's the way it goes. And I'm sure we already probably saw that segment because he said almost those exact words, or it's coming up. But either way, check out a little more of Charlie Ross's interview, and it could be the part that I just said. That's not Star Wars.
Oh, you didn't know?
Take a mortal man.
Oh, you didn't know?
Your ass better call somebody.
Well, let's check out some more of the interview.
I already said that. This is a new
and
segment.
I just
Let's
said
go.
it again.
Do it again. Well, speaking of masturbation and one-man pornos, Camera Boy here was sitting up there on the show with me, and he goes, "I can do better, Yoda."
Oh, absolutely.
And I was like, "Well, I guess you can show him if you want to." So he wants to show you his Yoda.
Well, I guarantee you, his Yoda's better. My Yoda sucks. But the point is that I either had to sit there and mull over what I couldn't do, or just do it and say, screw it. You know, fuck it, who gives a shit? And I don't care. It's like, I mean, but I know I can do a better Gollum than you can. So let's hear your Yoda.
I am wondering, why are you here? Thank you.
That's very nicely done.
Because it was funny at the end when you did sit down and you were doing Gollum. I was like, "Damn, that's really good."
Oh, the Gollum. I mean, I feel
This
better.
Gollum's
Gollum.
awesome.
Or how about Treebeard? Like,
I will lead you on the western borders of the forest, south. That doesn't make any sense to me. But then you are very small. Perhaps you're right.
you know, it's just get over it. You know, it's like, well, I mean, really, some of them you can do, some of them you can't. And I don't know. I figured if I'm going to do the show anyway, there's some stuff I'm going to get, like little incidental characters that for some reason I toss in there. I know I don't have their voice, but who gives a crap?
Well, like Nia Num, you know, you didn't even try that stuff.
I know.
You know, but your Huttese was pretty damn good.
It was all right, but I wasn't speaking any of the language though.
Yeah.
Except for like, I didn't even say Bochuda or anything like that. So I went ho 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 ho. So
and that was real good.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you though, I liked, I enjoyed your Emperor very much. I thought you captured him really well. Is there a character during the show that you enjoy doing the most?
Wow. Not really, to tell you the truth. I kind of enjoy the whole thing. The Emperor is pretty fun when people laugh at it, because that's the one that he's sort of like the kind of character that you love so much, and even though you're supposed to hate him, you don't ever hate him because you just think he's great. So yeah, I don't know. It's like Vader. I mean, I didn't have to sort of grow to like him. I already liked him from the very beginning. I think most people feel that way. It's a weird thing with Lord of the Rings and this, that the villains you just love because they are villains and you love to see them. So I mean, I guess as far as playing anybody, it's totally different. In Lord of the Rings, I love playing Gandalf. I really, really do. He's just got such a great voice. And this year, I guess you could say, because I don't think my Darth Vader is all that good either. Yeah, the Emperor is pretty fun, I guess. Oh, and what's his name? Admiral Akbar.
That got a good. That always probably gets a good reaction from the crowd.
Always, yeah, that's great. Or you do Mon Mothma, for those who actually know the hell that is.
I love the General Madine when you had to fix your hair because he's got this really crappy part.
Yeah, my dad's got a total flaphead thing going. He does a comb over,
Your Admiral Akbar's like General Madine, and he's like, and then you're back to Han. So it's I like how you go back and forth changing the characters.
I got my hair cut yesterday, and they
you had to take out 3 characters from that, huh?
Well, basically, I asked her just to take off a little bit, and she just went. So she's like the number 3.
You're like, what the hell? There goes the 2nd Imperial Gunner.
Exactly. Well, there's that, or
Lady.
Any of the pumpkin-headed guys like Luke used to, has that really horrible hair. And I mean, I usually when I was touring for a whole summer with Star Wars, I just let my hair go to pumpkin. It looked terrible, but it looked right. So yeah, I get a good laugh just off my awful look.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the most electrifying cable access show in Chicago.
All over the world, 3 Guys Pickin here in Chicago.
We are in the middle, or near the end of our one-man Star Wars
trilogy.
Charlie
Ross, really cool guy, sat down with us after one of his recent shows there in the Apollo Theater. Really funny guy. It was nice to pick his brain about the show that he wrote and how he performs it. And he was kind enough to actually do some exclusive performing for us there after the show. He did a little scene for us, shot by us, edited by us, filmed by us for you, the 3GP fans. So hope you enjoy our interview with Charlie Ross. Hope you enjoy the exclusive performance that we were able to record, and also a little bit of insight into his next thing, the one-man Lord of the Rings. So he's got a little bit of that for us too, so I hope you guys enjoy that. Remember who you get this cool stuff from. 3 Guys Pickin, Chicago. What's up? Brodie, Tyler, Charlie Ross was with us. Cool guy. Go see his show or I'll kick your ass. And if I can't kick your ass, then go see it anyway.
And Rosie O'Donnell's fat.
Yes. I love Star Wars. I really do.
Guitar's out of tune.
You're out of tune. Well, it's cool. It's good that you kind of are doing the thing from memory and the thing that you remember, because now you don't have to worry about, you know, adapting to all the George Lucas's changes, the special editions, and the DVD special editions, which are different. Even though you did add Hayden Christensen there.
Yeah, I did. And I mean, I didn't mean to.
That bugged me, man.
Totally pissed me off too. And what's with that stupid Greedo thing? No,
you just skip that whole scene, so you don't have to worry about it.
No. It's like, what do you think of that? Like, I don't think about it. I don't get up in the middle of the night and go, God.
Yeah, because although I did notice when the droids came into the cantina on Tatooine, you had the droid detector go off. And on my DVD,
did they take it out?
They took it out. I don't know if it's just my DVD, because it seems like a bunch of them are popping up that are different.
Actually.
Because a friend of mine's on his Empire, they take out Han's "You Could Use a Good Kiss" when they're in the Hoth hallway and they're arguing, and he's like, "I can arrange that," and he walks away. And off screen, he's like, "I could use a good kiss." On his DVD, it's not on there. On mine, it is. So I think it's a Lucasfilm conspiracy.
Maybe they had a trademark thing with Kiss, the band, or something like that. You know.
Could be. You know, Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, man.
Boy.
It's a rock and roll all night and screw people every day, man. Yeah, I don't. Maybe it's just the Wookiee love. You know, there's the kind of sexual sort of thing.
The bestiality thing.
Needs a good kiss.
Yeah, you know.
It's all that pent up Wookiee sort of.
Well,
sexual energy.
Any parting comments, last words for us?
Oh, any last words? I didn't think about any last words. No, I guess just, hey, come on and see the show if you like Star Wars. If you don't like Star Wars, well, who gives a shit? Come see it. And if you don't see it here in Chicago, then you're a loser, probably. But then you can come see it in Indianapolis.
With 3,000 other losers.
2,500.
2,500, either way.
It's only small, yeah. But seeing it here means that you'll love it so much that you'll tell all of your friends to go see it there. And if you're lucky, and if I'm lucky, we'll be able to do Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I really hope you guys get a chance to come see it.
Your gom's really good.
Yeah, well, I could do a last little parting bit from Lord of the Rings if you want to see it. Do you want to see it?
Interesting. Sure.
We wants it. We needs it. Must have the precious. Master is our friend. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you. I'm not listening. You're a liar and a thief. No. Murderer. I hate you. Where would you without me? It was me. We survived because of me. Not anymore. What? We don't need you. Leave now and never come back. Leave now and never come back.
And that's awesome.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Well, thanks for that. But lastly, isn't Three Guys Pickin' the greatest show ever?
The greatest show ever.
Awesome.
You're watching Three Guys Pickin' from Chicago, precious.
Well, you got that answer right, so you get a lovely parting gift as well.
Wicked.
Official Three Guys Pickin' t-shirt in black, in extra large. So
c'est bon.
hope you enjoy that.
And I can. Oh, beautiful! I can wear it. I can wear it during the show and sweat all over it.
If you'd love to, that'd be great. And then just a DVD, has a couple episodes on there to show you what we're all about.
Cool. Thank you. Well, I can send you guys a copy of the DVD copy of Lord of the Rings if you guys want to check it out.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. Cool. That's right. As always, Three Guys Pickin' has some wonderful special guests for you. We've got a stormtrooper. We've got Boba Fett, the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. We got Darth Vader. You don't look so bad. I don't know. Yeah, he does. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Well, the other guys are all too tall.
Okay. Everybody needs a short one. So, what's it like to be a clone? I mean, do you just have any memories of your own, or you just kind of hang out and you're like, dude, I'm a clone. I'm gonna get eaten by a big desert monster?
The best part of it is my dad was the one that took the copy from.
That's right.
And I'm the only one was raised as a human.
That's cool. What does it make you mad that you came out the most popular character ever and then got killed in the first 10 minutes of the third movie?
You know what is bad, but at least I was in the movie.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Well, why don't you give everybody at home a little wave goodbye or a little menacing look? And Darth almost punched me too.
Three Guys Pickin.